So guys, it's David here and it's day 337. I hope you guys are doing well this day and like always are doing better than yesterday. In a short bit, we are about to head out to go to the capital or the city or the central of Shanghai to watch the night show. I have not went. My dad said it was amazing. My auntie said it was a must-see. I may record some videos and show you guys briefly. But if not, then I probably got lazy. But today, I want to talk about something that I had been thinking over during my journaling this morning. And I came to the realization that in life, we are not supposed to overcome ourselves. We are merely just trying to understand us. The battle of self was never supposed to be us versus us. It was not supposed to be you versus you, but rather you are trying to figure out who you want to become. You are not supposed to suppress your emotions. You're not supposed to ignore your urges. They are merely a thought. And the only reason why such emotion, and I'm talking about negative emotions, have such significant of an influence on us because we choose to make it important. Out of the millions and billions of thought we have throughout the day, we choose to make those emotions of importance. And frankly, if we had made every single thought just as equally as important, then we would have been inevitably trapped by our thought. We would be enslaved by our thought. You see, the times where I choose to view myself as the enemy, to go with the normal conventional you versus you ideology, I had great trouble to stay away from such urges. A few days I would have a consistent streak, overcoming my urges, triumphing over myself, resisting my temptations and bad behaviors, quieting down my fears and my doubts and insecurities. But there will be days after such that I succumb to my desires, that I succumb to fear, succumb to doubt, and succumb to lust. And during these moments, I have perhaps the most unpleasant time repenting over the mistakes I made simply because I believe that it was a battle I had lost, that I didn't beat myself, that I didn't prove to myself that I am someone who can fight off their own urges and temptations. But perhaps for a long time, I have understood something wrong. And perhaps I understood something wrong because I never had my idea of my own. To go with conventional thinking, to go with what everybody else says is the right thing, makes you uncreative to see things up for your life. You don't use your brain, you don't use your mind to really understand yourself, but rather you're understanding yourself based on what other people think is the truth of life. And when you rob your way this great satisfaction and joy to discover yourself, then I believe you lose the meaning of life. Then I believe you lose the great pleasure of finding out what you were born to do in this world. You see, emotions, no matter how strong they are and no matter how influential they can have on our behaviors, they are merely a thought. They are merely a thought which we gave importance onto them because of the experience that such emotion makes us feel. When we are sad, when we are doubtful, when we are angry, they are always associated with a thing we do. And because we are familiar with that experience, we pull such emotion into our conscious thought when similar experiences are about to be replayed into our life. And because we want to avoid these feelings, perhaps they made us embarrassed, perhaps they made us feel a certain way, sad or angry, we avoid negativity because we don't want to feel inferior. We don't want to feel less than our counterparts, than our subordinates. But the truth is, guys, our emotions is merely a thought. And until you understand that, and until you start treating your emotions as a thought, you are going to view life as a you versus you battle. You are going to have days where you stay consistent, where you stay on top of things. And you'll have days where you just crash down. You crash down and it feels like all the things you have built were all for nothing. Because you feel like that you have lost in life. You have lost in this battle of yourself. But we are not trying to prove anything to us. Or at least for what I can say for myself, I am not trying to prove something to myself because I know what I was born to do. And we all know what we are supposed to do in life because we are us. We are not trying to prove that we can resist fear. We are not trying to prove that we can stay disciplined away from lust. We are not trying to prove that we are not scared of heights or spiders or snakes. We have to accept that we are. We have to accept that being human lays certain limitations, certain fears, and certain things that we cannot do. And we are this way set by this higher power, not because we are limited from growth, not because we are in a way unable to excel in life, but from what I believe, we are given certain fears and doubts because it makes our path of who we are more clear and concise. It narrows our vision. It allows us to give in to our strength and goodwill, our good character, that eventually will be the answer and revelation of who we were supposed to be in this world. But until you allow yourself to accept certain thoughts and emotions as mere thoughts, then you will be indefinitely playing a you versus you battle, trying to overcome yourself, when in reality, overcoming is merely an understanding of your limitations.